Hello, everybody. It's Saturday, which means it's Notes from the Road. What notes do I have to share with you today? Well, I'll tell you. It's a very hot day in Texas. I know that. I'm sitting outdoors on a patio in the heat, watching the traffic go by on the interstate, and I'm thinking about the Strait of Hormuz.
Iran says it launched multiple missiles and drones at U.S. military bases in the region. CBS national security analyst and host of the School of War podcast, Aaron McLean, joins us now from Washington. So, Aaron, what is left in the region for the U.S. to hit?
Hey, good evening, Lindsay. So I'm going to zoom in here. We've got the region. I'm going to zoom in on the Strait of Hormuz, where most of the action has really been focused in the last few days. The United States has been hitting targets all around the Strait of Hormuz, including here in a place called Bandar Abbas, another port city over here called Sirik, and really targets in between and on both sides of those. These are strikes designed to reduce the Iranian ability to harass traffic in the strait. So you see things like radar facilities, small boats, the facilities from which small boats are launched. That's been the majority of the strikes.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Strait of Hormuz. Have you lost your mind? Well, it's been in the news, as well as my camera is about to fall over. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you do live video. Your camera goes crazy. As I was saying, before being so rudely interrupted, I've been thinking about the Strait of Hormuz. You know, it's been in the news, God, forever. The problems that Iran is having to keep the strait closed and everything we're doing to try to open it up and free up the strait. And our gas prices have gone through the roof because of the oil tankers that are stuck. And the reason I was thinking about the Strait of Hormuz is because I think about those oil tankers that are full of oil and they're stuck. How many ships are stuck, unable to move? And, I was thinking, if I'm a van lifer, if I'm out there traveling on the road full time, there are times when I'm stuck. I feel like I can't move. I'm in a situation right now where I feel like I can't move because of mechanical problems. And I want to get on with my life and get on with my travels, but I can't. I feel like I'm stuck. And I feel like I'm an oil tank in the Strait of Hormuz, and I'm waiting for things to work out so that I can get on with my trip and get through the strait. So what do we do if we're living on the road full time, if we're traveling in an RV or a van and we feel like we're stuck, we feel like we can't move? What do we do? Well, there are some things I think that are sort of parallel to what's going on with perhaps those ships in the strait. One thing we can do is gather intel. Now, those ships, as well as I do, are gathering intel about the situation. They're kept up to date with the problems that are going on, with what Trump and the U.S. Army and the U.S. Navy and Marines and everyone's doing, what the Arab countries are doing, Iran's stance. And they understand the political ramifications. I'm sure the captains of those ships are fully aware of what's going on. And so the one thing that we can do if we feel like we're stuck, if we're having a problem where we feel like we can't move, is we need to just sit down, take a deep breath, and gather intel. Gather the information and define the problem. Once we do that, what do we do? Once we know what the problem is, what do we do? Well, sometimes we just have to ask for help. The United States and the other Arab countries are helping open up the Strait of Hormuz. Those ship captains are relying on their own countries and the U.S. to help them out. They can't do it alone. They're defenseless, really. And so sometimes once we gather the intel and we define the problem and we feel like we're stuck, we may just have to ask for help. We need to look for help. If we have a mechanical problem, thank God we've got YouTube and we've got other sources of information that can help us fix our problem. I know I've got a water pump issue with my vehicle, and I found all kinds of videos on YouTube showing me how to repair a water pump. And I soon discovered that it's something that I cannot do. There's no way I'm going to be able to sit out here in the parking lot and replace the water pump myself. But the point is, YouTube was there. There were videos there showing me how to do it if I chose to give it a shot. And so we have to ask for help. We have to look for outside help. And a lot of times we have to rely on others to help us with our issue. And I'm sure those captains of those oil liners in the Strait are in the same situation. They feel pretty much helpless, I'm sure. I think the other thing we can do, and I've often learned this in my life. I'll be 68 years old in September, and over the last 67, 68 years, if there's anything I've learned, it's to be patient. You've got to wait. There's one constant in this world, and that is nothing stays the same. Everything moves. Life is not static. Things change. Situations change. Events occur. Things happen that you don't expect. And over time, things tend to work their way out. So sometimes we just have to be patient and we have to wait. We have to wait for things to work themselves out and be patient and not try to rush things. Now, on the flip side of that, if I'm an oil tanker sitting in the Strait and I want to get on with my life, but for whatever reason, the Strait of Hormuz has been closed and they're not allowing me to get out, I only have so much patience. I can't sit here forever. So there may come a time when you have to take the initiative and run the gauntlet. That's the other thing that we can do if we feel like we're stuck. Sometimes we have to look for a safe exit. We have to look at our exit strategies and pick the one that seems to be the safest exit strategy and just go for it. We have to feel like we're going to throw caution to the wind and we're going to run the gauntlet. There have been ships that have done that in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, they hugged the southern coastline. Is it Oman, the country opposite Iran, on the southern side of the Hormuz Strait? They stick it as close as they can to that safer route going on the southern edge of the strait rather than toward Iran. It's the northern side that near the border of Iran where you run into all kinds of trouble. So the point is there are different exit strategies that we can take, and we want to find the safest exit strategy and take our chances and run the gauntlet. Sometimes we don't have the choice. We can only be so patient. And sometimes situations and circumstances change to where we have to move on. And so what we look for is the safest exit that we can take. Although it may be risky, it's the safest choice that we've got, and we're going to run the gauntlet. We're going to take our chance. So that's all the things I've been thinking about over the last week. And I've been looking at the problems with the Strait of Hormuz and think, okay, enough's enough. It's time to get on with it. Either put up or shut up. Either get this thing done or don't. It's this dragging it out that causes me to go insane. And I think at some point, sometimes when we're in trouble, we get to that point where we feel like enough's enough and we just have to take our chances and run the gauntlet. Well, I don't know what situation you're in. I don't know if you're watching this video and you're stuck. I don't know if you feel like you need to make a move and you feel like you can't move. Just, remember those 4 things that I have mentioned. Gather intel, define the problem, figure out what the real issue is, consider getting outside help. Looking for information and help and advice from others is going to be important. And be patient, because things will change, things will improve, things will get better. Life doesn't stay static, it doesn't stay still, it's constantly on the move. Situations are changing, Events are changing. So sometimes you just have to be patient and wait. And then if there's the situation where you feel like you have to make that move, you have to take those chances and make that risky move. You look for the safest exit strategy and take that one. Look for the safest way out and run the gauntlet. Well, I hope you have a good day. Thanks for being with me. If you're new to the channel and you've lasted this long, I appreciate it. Understand that I am doing these daily updates as a matter of principle. I started January the 1st and committed to doing 500 daily updates. Number one, to see if I could meet that challenge. Can I go 500 days on a daily update without missing a date? Well, this is episode number 192, so I'm 192 days in of the 500-day journey. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. That 500th episode will be on May the 15th of 2027. May the 15th of next year. Where will I be then? I may be sitting right here talking to you, so we'll see. Well, go out and have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow.